Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler 2 with me, Her37. This is going to be our third to last flight in this plane. Can't wait for this to just get out of this plane. I'm just going to be so happy. But here we go, KRID. I've moved it up from I-69. And we're going to take some bakery goods down to Huntington. I think this is what I have planned for right now. Go here, bring it back. And I'll fly, we've got I-73 and KUYF, those are both coming back, so I'll probably try to do those three, because I think those are going to be like our shortest three on the map, and that will get us, that'll get us out of the plane the quickest, I think. Just checking that out. Well, that goes to Huntington, because that would be a real, well, I'll probably just stick with these three, they pay a little bit more, so I think we'll just do those. So KRID, back to Huntington, KHTS. And like I said, I just flew up there. The wind is all coming from the west. You can see same over here on this side. So we're going to take off on runway 24. It's a heading of 241. You come over, we can look at the procedure here. Let's see, 108.7 is probably going to be runway 30. I mean, they'll tell us on the tower. Huntington has a tower. But it'll probably be runway 30, which is 108.7, heading of 298. I think it's 299 in FSX. But as you can see, the elevation is about 828 feet. Down at Kirk at 3,200, and Lever down at 2,100. Although by that time we should be established on IELTS. We may not even come all the way out here. It's probably really not a huge reason to come all the way out to Kirk, which is actually right here. Just cuts it off a little bit on the turn. But that's what we got going on day, it's 135 miles, I think? Yeah, about 135. So we're going to fly this now. Get her loaded up. I've already put the fuel in. We got exactly 14 gallons, 135 miles. I just need those even gallons because it's easiest to set up an A to A. Come on, there we go. And we're kind of going, south? Let's go to 6,500. Well, we're going to the east mainly, so technically it should be 7,500. We shall see. Okay, so that'd make it about 12:30, about 11:30, last position. And we can go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are. Kirk, it's a pretty large airport. It's got an ILS. It's got like 3 runways, I think. There's 2 down here. Yeah, there's your third. It's just kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but I mean, you got 3 runways. I don't know why. All right. But I don't think it came to start up. I think the difference is like when I fly it myself, when I do jobs and we're doing recording, I replay it and then just exit out while it's replaying. I think that's why it comes up started up. Like this one, I didn't record flying in, so I turned it all off, and so when it exits out, it was already off, so I think that's why it probably didn't come started up. But we'll check and just to make sure so we don't file the plugs, but I don't think it came started up. And I just went over to Flight Planner, and I did have Kirk and Lever in there, so I put that in there. So this thing, well, I should have us going straight over there, and I switched it to VFR, so I kind of wonder. Yeah, so if you do it that way, because now I switched it over to VFR when I made with the flight plan, so now we won't have to ask for clearance and stuff like that. Which is kind of smart. I wish I would have known that like a while back, because we always have to mess with that. Anyhow, let's get this going. Throttle open just a little bit. Make sure there's an idle cutoff. Proper air is clear. Master switch. I'm going to get rid of this yoke. Master switch coming on. Alright, we'll hit the beacon. We're not going to prime it. We're probably going to have to, but let's see if she gets started up here. Oh, it sounded like she almost caught there. Oh, I see. I put in some more throttle and she actually did start up. Back off on the throttle now. Got the mixture back to about 50. I've already got it, the 7 gallons in each tank for 14 gallons. Got the weights, well, the people got the weights all good. So let's go ahead and we'll turn on our nav light. Oil pressure is checked, it's in the green. Check our electrical system now. Master switch coming off. Taxi and landing lights come on. Go back to idle. And here in a second we should see the ammeter fall. And we should get the electrical warning. Actually, I know exactly why it's not. There we go. Turn that on. There it falls. And we got the voltage warning in the annunciator panel. Now we'll ramp this up to about 1500 RPM. It just sounds so clunky. I think it's because the mixture is only at 50. As you can see, the ammeter goes up, and the annunciator voltage warning in the annunciator panel goes off. So I'm going to cut that back a little bit. Landing and taxi lights going off. Go ahead and turn the pitot heat on. And we'll go ahead and turn on the avionics master switch. Switch on all of our stuff. I'm going to put that over to GPS. Get all this on. Transponder goes to standby. We had this set that for 7500. Alright, so let's go ahead and that's our runway for takeoff, and we said 24. Now it's our taxi to it.
India Delta traffic, Cessna November 727 Fort Hotel is taxiing to runway 24.
Alright, so go ahead and flip on the taxi light, and we're going to go out to our left here. We got the grass on the right. LR2's got us. Come over here. You see that's our runway right in front of us. I think if we get on right here, we can actually... There's probably going to be enough room. Let's stop right here and just check something out. I think if we go right here, we'll still have enough room. We won't have to go down any. Ooh, that's going to be close. I guess we'll taxi over to here. That's going to cut it a little too close. Considering that we do have, 14 gallons of fuel and 419 pounds of cargo. So, best not to risk it. We've only got 3 flights left in it. Let's try to not hurt our reputation now. Make it take an extra one. Screw up the plane and cost us money. Do something stupid. A little bit more throttle. Sound like she's about to cut off on us. We need to check and make sure that there's nobody coming. Beautiful. Continue on. Anyway, go ahead and get this set up as well. Since we usually do that when we're talking to ATC, but we didn't have to do that this time. Alright, that's set up now as well. Taxiing a little quick. I'm so excited though, this is our 3rd to last flight. And we're going to be out of this plane. It's going to be so awesome to get out of this plane. I mean, I love it and everything, but man, we've done like 60 some flights with it. It's just a bit ridiculous. It didn't take that many. In fact, they just put out a new update and someone messaged me about it, and then I saw it today over at the website or whatever. And now you can get like bank loans and stuff when you're at 20, which is like the beginning of the game. It's like, now that's when you want to do that, when we're almost done. We're almost to 40, but we can take out a plane, or take out a loan, get a plane, and hire somebody. Alright, duck down in here, and we're going to tell everyone, let's do our run-up real quick. Do it here before we actually get on the runway. So I'll take that away. Parking brake needs to be set. Did I take that off? No, it is set. Alright, flight controls, free and correct. Let's make sure everything is good. Get down here. Rudder pedals. Everything looks good. Flight instruments, check and set. I'm going to go ahead and turn the transponder on. We forget that so many times. I'll set that. Runway heading is 241. We're setting GPS. Everything looks good there. Fuel quantity should be 7 and 7. 7 there. 7 there. So we're good. Mixture goes to full rich. Fuel selector valve is in both. So now we'll come down here and do our run up. 1800 RPM. Left and right. Both are within range. That's good. Okay, so vacuum gauge is okay. Instruments, everything. And ammeter looks good. Annunciator panel, no warnings. Check this to idle. Okay, everything is good. We give it just a little more fuel. Alright, strobe lights. Let's go ahead and turn those on. Landing lights as well. Radios are all set. Avionics are good. We're in GPS. Autopilot is off. Elevator trims were trimmed for takeoff. Flaps going to 10. Now let's holler on the radio. We're getting on out of here. And we're going to the east.
Romeo, India Delta, traffic, Cessna, November 7274,
down
hotel,
here.
taking off, runway 24, departure to the east.
Alright, we appear to be all clear. Remember, this is not our runway right here. It's off to our right. It'll give us tons of runway to get up, although it shouldn't take much. She sounds like she's getting banged around. She's not. I have to get so far down to look. I don't know what that sound is. I guess that was the sound from that area of the runway. Alright. Go full power. Push down on the nose. A little off to the right. There we go. 60 knots. Let's go ahead and let her come on up. 70 knots. I'm going to go ahead and retract the flaps already. I'm going to start working on the trimming, because it takes forever to trim this plane. Alright, it's much better there on the trim. Around to the left. Get on course. Those coming down a little bit. Straighten her out. She's climbing pretty good. I mean, we're not like full or anything, but climbing nicely. A little going off to the left, not too bad. Let's go ahead and put the autopilot, nav, armor for the altitude and vertical speed. I want her to climb at 700 feet to begin with. It's usually pretty good for a little while, 700 feet. Then as we get higher, we gotta lower it a little bit. There's Richmond, KRID. Like I say, it's kind of weird. It's just out in the middle of nowhere, but there's like three runways. I thought it was kind of odd. Like, it's something you might see in like the major cities or something. 3 runways, and they're not all. None of them are real long or anything, but I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, all the farmland. It's all that's around. Let me take a look outside real quick. I can't remember if it's Richmond, Indiana, or Ohio. I'm thinking it's got to be Ohio because it's northeast of Cincinnati, I think. So I think it is still in Ohio. There's not much around. I think the town's over that way. It's just not real big. Take a look at the GPS here. Desire track 132. I'm going to put my head into that. Yeah, 142 miles, a little under an hour and a half. A little longer flight than we've been doing. I've been able to keep them pretty daggone short, but apparently the last three are going to be a little bit longer. If we actually get to do our plan, which hopefully we'll, unless something pops up that's better. Yeah, when we get out of this plane, it'll be so exciting, so exciting. And no, I do not know what we're gonna get next. I plan on doing a video of showing a few planes. I don't know what you all want. Probably it'll be the Baron B-58, but I'm gonna give probably a few selections out there in another video and let you all help decide what plane we should fly next. Hopefully that's out there around the same time so I can get prepared and everything. Alright, yeah, an hour and 20 minutes, 140 miles. Nothing too much to see. Just a bunch of farmland. We've got a little town right ahead of us. I'm not sure what that is. I think maybe we got Cincinnati over here to the east. I guess that'd be southeast. Alright, I'll go ahead and speed her on up since there's nothing to really see. So I will be back in just a bit. Alright, everybody, slowing it down to normal speed here. We're about 4,700 feet up. We're right next to the runway. I'm actually going to switch this over to heading real quick. Going to heading of 119. I'll put this perpendicular to the runway. I actually didn't even use the tower. We could. It doesn't really matter. They're just going to tell us to land on 30.
Huntington Tower.
We'll holler at them, just for the heck of it.
7274 Hotel.
What if they tell us we're going to land on 12, though?
Cessna November
Yeah, there you go.
7274 Hotel. Huntington Tower. Make right base.
That would have been
runway
horrible.
30. Altimeter 3031.
3031, let me check that. 3031, we'll acknowledge that.
Right base.
Now,
runway
Lever,
30.
remember Kirk is 3,200, Lever is 2,100. So, let's go just above 2,100. I'll say 25. Because I'd really like to turn right here at Lever and just cut it all off. By the way, we've already got 108.7 in here. Can't remember if it was from Huntington. There was another airport that had the same ILS frequency. Not sure which one it's from. But it matters. It should be 299. Everything looks good. We say we're a little high. Started our descent a little late. I'm going to go ahead and put that up to 80. We could cut the power a little bit and help. The speed. Because at Lever you want to be at 2,100 and we're at 1,400. I mean, that's coming back, but even if you decide to cut to the right now, you still have a heck of a time getting down. Should have started our descent a little quicker. We were up at 7,500 feet. So an extra 1,000 to go. So there's going to be 3,200, which is what you want at Kirk. We're not going to go all the way out there. Alright, start heading to the right. 209. Heading on to the base leg. It's kind of weird, like, you got the brown trees that are for the winter, but you also got green stuff. I can't tell if those are like the, what do you call those? I keep wanting to say conifers. Like, it's probably the wrong word. Like pine trees and all that don't lose their needles. I guess that's what that is. Is it conifers? I can't remember what the hell like they're called. So we're actually low, so we actually could have turned sooner, actually. I guess we've gone way past Lever. Alright, pretty much we need to start turning. We might be doing it a little early, but usually, if anything, we're late. 299. Bring up the power a little bit more. Switch that over to nav. Switch this over to nav too. We actually did a really good timing on the turn there. We're just low, you can see, but not too low. You can see it's already moving down. Go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, we ended up actually making a pretty long approach. I wish I had gotten down a little sooner. We didn't need to come all the way out. Yeah, they look like pine trees except for the ones that are dead. Alright. The approach hold right on the glide slope. Here she comes down.
Cessna 7 Fort Hotel. Cleared to land. Runway
Golf
30.
course, I guess.
cleared to land. Runway 30. Cessna 74 Hotel.
Alright, we're all good to land, but man, like I said, we ended up making a really long approach. My whole plan was to cut it off, you know, like come over maybe this area and head right in. But yeah, since we got late on that descent, we ended up coming way further than I wanted to. We could have descended a little more. We descended at 500 feet a minute. We could have gotten like 7 or something. But we're doing 120 knots. We gotta slow her down here in just a second. We're under 2,000 feet. Go ahead and make the that's full rich. We had it still at 80. Mute my mic for 1 second. Alright, we're all good. Now she's gonna do that left to right. Nonsense. I swear this plane isn't good at that. She's always doing left to right, especially when you get close. The other thing I don't like is we'll go ahead and pop the flaps here in a second. She'll get way, she'll end up way high, and then she'll go diving down. I hate that. Power down just a bit. Maybe that. I was hoping if I brought the power down a lot, that would make it so she didn't pop up too much, but so it wouldn't dive down so much. And see, she should already be pulling back up, but she just doesn't. She waits until it's right on the line, and then we end up a little low. Pop the flaps to 20. And we're blowing it up way too much, and she'll dive back down. It's just so stupid. I feel like the plane should be better at that. Should act ahead of time. Be prepared. She just isn't. Alright, bring it on down. Full flaps. Alright, back on the glide slope. Up the nose a little bit. I was still trimming down. I don't get her speed lowered as well. Should be coming back up on the glide slope here in just a second. If I can keep that nose up. Still came in a little fast. Trying to keep her balanced. Came down a little hard. It says greaser.
7 Fort Hotel. Turn next taxiway.
I'm hard on the brakes, but I just can't get it because we went so little long. We'll have to go on to the next one. Yeah, we came in a little fast, and that made us... We couldn't quite get it down. I didn't want to bang her down. So we ended up scooting along. I was surprised to say greaser because it felt like we dropped at the end. Trying to bring her down so gentle. But I did say greaser. Like I said, we've gotten a ton of those recently.
Exit runway when able. Cessna 7 Fort Hotel. Contact ground on 121.9er. Going to 121.9er.
We're not going to go to ground because we're not going to have them tell us where to park. We know where to park. Alright, so pitot heat can come off. Turn the strobe and the landing lights. Turn the transponder to standby. And let's go ahead and we'll park over here. Tracking the flaps as well.
Huntington Tower, Allegiant 816 is 6 miles.
Allegiant coming in.
ILS, runway 30 approach. Allegiant 816
We'll take a look at him landing.
Cleared to land, runway 30.
Probably be what? Don't they fly a lot of
Cleared to
MD-80s, I
land, runway
believe?
30.
Those Allegiant?
816.
Let me get over here real quick. I want to see them land. And we're doing a horrible job taxiing, but I don't like that. See, there's like 2 levels of taxi lines. I hate that about this airport. Seems like there should be a taxi line to get you down to here, to this level. I don't understand why there isn't. That's why also I wanted to take that taxiway, that first one that we couldn't stop at. They're close. He said that they were only 6 miles out. Separate here. Parking brake coming on. I kinda hate to do this. I'd really like to get her shut down, but you can hear the engines here. I just can't see them. Oh, there they are. Breaking through. Maybe they're coming back from Myrtle Beach, I don't know. It's usually summer when they do the Myrtle Beach service. Allegiant, I believe that's an MD-80, could be wrong, but I thought that's what they flew a lot of, the older planes. Cool, I think.
Allegiant 816. Turn
Alright,
next
let's
taxiway.
go ahead and lean, should have leaned that out. Just a little more so she can cut out. Turn that off, we'll turn all this off. All the electronics. Avionics master switch can come off, taxi light off. Now we'll cut it. Should have turned those switches off, or yeah, should have hit those switches for the ignition. Oh well. Big ol' Allegiant. Alright, let's go over to Air Hauler 2. We'll get this thing paid. So we got that one battery pack. I think for as long as we play Air Hauler 2, which could be years, we'll probably always have that one battery pack. Alright, finished the flight monitoring. Took off at 4:05 or 4:50, landed at 6:05 for an hour and 14-minute flight. Took off with 86 pounds of fuel, landed with 64. I don't know how we only used 22 pounds of fuel. That doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, we basically had enough to do it, but we only used 25%. I don't quite get that. Max altitude 7,502 feet. Max pitch negative 9.56. Max roll 25.1. Max speed 118.69 mmgs, 0.76 mmgs exceeds 0. Max G's 1.36. Max G exceeds 0. Stall false, overspeed false. Landing description was greaser. Gear down true. Land on asphalt. No damage to the runway or the plane. Came down at 64.28 feet a minute. Landing speed 48.6 knots. So we're going kind of quick. Landing pitch negative 3.46. Landing roll 0.48. Landing heading 296. Wind speed 3. Wind direction 236. And that flight is in the book. Now I guess so. What I'll do, because like this, I think these are like the two of the shortest on the thing. 740. It's 124 miles. It looks like that's actually the short. Well, there's one coming back. Yeah, I-73. You see is 111 and 103. So those are actually the two shortest. See, if that was going the other way, if that went out and then this one came back in, that would be perfect. That's going to Huntington, or from Huntington. Ooh, that's going to Huntington. That would actually be quicker. Because what I would fly this by myself over here, then come back, then fly back by myself over here. Oh, that is in 2 minutes. Oh my god. That ends in 2 freaking minutes, or else that would have been perfect. I could Huntington, the 74D, and then I could just position myself over here to come back. It ends in 2 minutes. But I think that would put us late. I think that does make it has to be back in 2 minutes, not the job offer expires in 2 minutes. Oh, that would have been perfect, man. KPSK. See, I could do that. The only thing is, those are kind of long because it's like 4 flights for me. If I did this one, we could go... I could position myself here and position again over here to come back. I don't know. Oh, if that didn't expire in 2 minutes. 1 minute now. Oh, that kind of sucks. So, yeah, I guess what I'll go ahead is I'll just position myself up here towards Dayton, that little airport. I think if we've been there before, we've had a lot of air parks. Maybe, I don't know if we have or not, Marine Air Park. That sounds really familiar. So we could go up there, go to Huntington, then come over here, go back to Huntington. And we'd have our new plane and stuff. That'd be awesome. Yeah. So... that's the plan. Oh, if it wasn't just 1 minute. But that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. Well, 1 second. What is this? That goes up. Because I was going to say we could take that other one up, and then I could just go over. Like, something from Huntington would be awesome. See, that's a really long flight, though. That makes positioning distance not even matter. Because it's so long, it's twice as long. Alright, yeah. That's probably what we're going to have to do is just these two. I think that's going to be the quickest. What is this? You'd have to position it down there. Alright, so that's what we'll probably do. So, unless this thing pops up with some more jobs, there's not a ton, so we shall see. That's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I will catch you guys on the next flight.